Hello everyone, I'm gonna show you a little trick, a little personal trick, how I create some shadows to give some parts in my paintings a little 3D look. And here we see 4 examples, very simple examples. Flying objects. In the first picture here, a ball, something like a ball, hanging cables or wires, a staff leaning at the wall. And now we start with the first picture. It's one layer here. We create a new layer and take this tool here right now on plus, and now we catch the objects, go to the first new layer on black. Now we take this tool here, the color bucket, I think it's in German here, and we just fill them out in black. Take this layer here, put it under the object layer, flying object layer, and now you see them here now. We take them, and now you can see a little 3D look, like they flying above a ground or so. Now we click on filter, blur, Gaussian blur, I hope I speak this right out. And here you can change the effect. You can give it a look like it's almost gone. This works here. Now click on this soft light and it looks more realistic, I think. So now they look like they would fly above something. So this is the first one. Yeah, that's not what I want. You can also just let it as a normal layer and change the opacity to 50 maybe. That's the same, and now you can put them together. So in the second picture we have the ball. Take this tool here to catch the ball. Create a new layer under the ball. Fill it out with black again. Remove. So now just let the shadow behind the ball. Click on filter, blur again. And now you can give it a cool look, I think. Maybe it's like when you see the sun without clouds in front, the sun looks sometimes like this style with a little shadow behind. I've seen this often as a kid. I looked too much into the sun. So we let it look like this. And now if you want to give it a little more 3D look, create a new layer. Just change the flow a bit. And we take airbrush. So it's a brush, it looks like this. a soft brush. So now you can make this new layer a clipping mask on the ball, and now we can give it a opacity, a little 3D look. It was too much, I think. That's a super simple example. So now it looks cool. And on the third picture we have the cables. We take the same like in the first and second picture. We take this tool to catch the wires or cables, create a new layer. Under the wire layer, and then choose the fill bucket again, fill them out with black, remove, and maybe they hang directly at a wall. They're hanging around like this maybe, and click on filter again, blur, Gaussian blur. They are more close to the walls, so the shadow is not so soft like in the first picture. Change the opacity a little bit. You can also move the shadow a bit more. Yeah, it's just a little tutorial. Maybe it helps you with something. And now the stuff. Here's the wall behind the stuff. Here's the stuff. Oh, I have TH problems, I'm sorry. So create a layer behind these two layers. A new layer for the shadow. And now take the same soft airbrush, make it a bit smaller, like the stuff, the same size, and now the stuff is leaning at the wall, so it means if the light comes from right, maybe the shadow would look like this, and it goes up. And the main wall from a house is often a bit more thick, so the shadow also changes like this. It's not exactly on the same line like the other shadow. So it's here. Like this. And yeah, a little bit. It doesn't look so perfect, but it's just an example. Okay. change the opacity again if you want. Yeah, I don't like the shadow. Even if it's just an example, I want it a bit more perfect. So, these are just four simple examples for some shadows, like for the stuff that is leaning at something, or this sun-like thing. We can also put some flying rocks on this sun thing, create wait, we just paint maybe in a light blue tone. So we can put some flying things above here. Yeah, just as an example. And now catch them, create a new layer under the colorful things, fill them out with black again, like in the other examples. We're doing the same here. So we can remove some shadows here. If you put them together, you can move them where you want them, but the shadow also changes if you do that. Just be sure where you want these flying objects to be. So, like I said, it's just a little example for some shadow parts. Yeah, and I'm done now with my funny English. I hope it helps someone a little bit in any painting, and I hope you had fun with it. Thank you for watching.